Hi everyone, this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this really easy and quick to make jelly roll table runner. I used a jelly roll with Christmas fabric strips. The strips are all pre-cut and ready to sew. So let's get started. This is the jelly roll pack that I am using. I purchased it from Walmart. And it's called Create It Fabric Strips. They're 2.5 by 42 inches, and there are 20 pieces in this. If you were going to make a long table runner, you could probably get 2 table runners out of just this one pack. If you want to make really small table runners, you might even be able to get 3. I do want to mention that not all Walmart stores carry fabric, but my local Walmart has been expanding the fabric department and they just brought this in, so I was really excited. You can make these, the table runners, any width you want and any length that you want. As you unwrap it, you're going to notice as you get down here towards the end, it's all wrinkled up in here because it was in the center. So before you cut into these, I would press these ends out. After you've pressed the ends, then go ahead and sort them. So there are 5 different prints in this. So I'm first going to cut the selvage edges off. So I'm putting my ruler on a line and cutting these selvage edges off. And now I only want it narrow because it's going on a small table. So I'm going to go over 12.5 inches and cut. Now I would set these smaller pieces aside and save it for a future project. Sort them out and place them in the stitching order that you want. In other words, this is my first one, this is my last one. So I would take the first one of the first 2, bring front sides together, and stitch 1/4 inch along here. Then go to the next one, which would be from this pile, and stitch it on. And I would keep these stacked next to your sewing machine so you can just pick them up and piece them all together. And you would just go down the piles. So, and then when you get this one stitched on, you would come back up here and do this one and go on down. There's a step I want to mention that I think will be beneficial to you and very helpful. After you stitch 2 strips together, go to your ironing board, and I have my ironing board right next to my machine. Press on the back side your seam, then unfold and press on top. And as you press the seam towards the strip that you just stitched on. Then it's easier to line up the next strip and stitch it on. And it will be a lot easier if you do it this way. I've just finished stitching 5 together. So since this was the last one, I'm going to go up here and place this one on top, stitch it together, then go to this one, this one, this one, and this one. And if you're making it long, you would just keep repeating that until you got to the length that you wanted. I wound up stitching 20 of these and it fit my console table just perfectly. Take the heavy iron-on interfacing, and the shiny side is the glue side. So you want to put that shiny side down against the table. Lay your table runner on top of the dull side. Then place pins around all 4 sides to hold it together. And you're going to cut, just do a rough cut of the interfacing all the way around. Just have a little bit hanging out on all the edges. We'll trim it up after the next step is done. So then you're going to start at one end. You're going to do stitch in the ditch. Stitch in the ditch is where the seam is that holds the two pieces of fabric together. So you're going to stitch as close to that ditch as you can and go all the way down the table runner. It's going to go really fast. Then after you've done that, go ahead and trim your edges up nice and straight. So go ahead and line that ruler up and trim. Go around all four sides and trim your edges. Place the fabric for the back of the table runner with the front side of it facing up. The back side is down. Take your table runner and bring the front side on top. Then place pins going down the center, just a few, not a lot. And we're doing this to hold the table runner in place while you cut fabric to be an exact fit for your table runner. After you've got a few pins to hold it all down, then place your ruler along the edges and cut. Go around to all four sides and trim it to fit. Place pins on all the edges to hold all the layers together. Then you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam around on all of the edges. Make sure you leave an opening right here, large enough for your hand to go through so that you can turn it front side out later. So start here, stitch back and forth, and go all the way around, and when you come back to here, stitch back and forth a few times. At all four corners, you want to trim some of the fabric off. So first cut across at a diagonal, then I would cut a little bit off on the side, on both sides. So again, do that at all four corners, and the reason why we do that is that it'll make the corners lay flatter if you get rid of some of the bulk. Reach inside your opening and go all the way down to the end. Grab that end and begin pulling it out to where it's front side out. After you have it turned front side out, then take something that's somewhat pointed, not too pointed because you don't want to poke through your fabric. And what you're going to do is go inside with whatever object you have and poke at your corners, poking them out as much as possible. Remember, don't push so hard that you poke right through your fabric. Then after you've done all four corners, fold your opening edges in 1/4 inch and then pin it to hold. This next step is done at your ironing board. We're going to fuse the interfacing to the back side of the fabric. So put your front side down so that you have your back fabric here and the interfacing glue side is right up against it. Dampen your table runner. Use a spray bottle. I always keep one at my ironing board. Then take a hot iron with steam, and mine's not a live iron, okay? This is just for demonstration purposes. Hold and press the iron down for 12 to 15 seconds. Then lift and move it. Give it another burst of steam and hold it down for 12 to 15 seconds. Repeat that until you have covered the entire table runner. After you have covered the entire table runner, I suggest that you let it cool down for maybe 5 minutes. I am not following package instructions for fusing. I find that I get much better results doing it this way. After the interfacing is fused on, then start in one corner on the front side and stitch 1/8 inch away from the edge all the way around all four sides. For more jelly roll projects and other table runner projects, go to the very end of this video where you will see a green screen and then click on the links. If you liked this video, please click on thumbs up and don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Click on the little bell and then enter your email address. If you're not receiving emails about my future videos, make sure you look at the settings option on your cell phone or iPad and set notifications to the on position. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. So glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time and happy sewing!